Right now, I do want to bring back in criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor David Bruno. David, we were listening to the end of Lori's cross-examination. She was asking him about those text messages, saying that you never talked with anybody to interpret what those text messages meant. It was not really an order to kill, as you're wanting to make it seem to the jury. I did feel at the end of her cross-examination, I thought some of her questions were strong. What's your take?
I agree. She was on a roll right there, like, especially on that interpretation. I mean, anytime, look, I'm on cross-examination, especially experts, you don't want to get into the cage with the expert. You want to try to poke. And really, she had him on the ropes right there because he was speculating on something he knew nothing about. I mean, did you research this? Yeah, I researched it. Then that next question, what was your research? He said Google. He Googled it. Meanwhile, she's almost an expert in those books, and she was able to go in and out real effectively there. Also, no follow-up, and let's call this what it is. I think we all know what we're watching right now. In the beginning, they didn't suspect this. They just suspected self-defense. But then as the rest of it unraveled with the children, the murders, the other allegations, and the things, everybody said, whoa, we missed something here. And then they gave it a little bit more attention, I feel.
David, we always get a little bit of insight into what the state's closing arguments will be when the defendant ends up calling for a directed verdict or judgment of acquittal here. And the state said that it has proven its case. There is substantial evidence to get this to a jury because of the iCloud messages, the text messages, etc. Lori tried to argue that the state hasn't put forth enough evidence. I know we don't have a lot of time, but what do you think? Has the state proven its case?
Well, the motion that we just heard, and that they get all reasonable inferences, the state. So it's a very low threshold. Whether or not they proved the case beyond a reasonable doubt, look, I think they did. I think that if she had competent counsel, it'd be a different story. But with that being said, she was on her feet. She did okay. She wasn't incompetent like she once was, but at the same time wasn't as effective until late. And I think it may be a little bit too late. You got the text messages on motive. You have the insurance money. You have the spirits that she thought and the conspiracy. So I think the prosecutor did what it needed to do.
David, thank you so much for your insight. David Bruno, thank you for joining us tonight.